today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals versus Tom Brady and the San Francisco 49ers.
It is a city that traditionally gets much less snow than its Buckeye State rival up in Cleveland, but we are under a thick blanket of the white stuff here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They will be led out by their now 44-year-old quarterback playing in his 22nd NFL season. Unbelievable. The great Tom Brady.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 11 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Second down and 3. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On first down, Brady. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To throw again on second down. Brady. Touchdown! George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Brandon Wilson to return it. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work. And leading them out, the #1 overall pick in the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now his second season out of LSU.
And he's looking good now. I mean, 5 touchdown passes in the last game. Okay, he threw a couple of interceptions. That's a little bit of a concern. But I remember a basketball coach telling me one time, he had a guy average about 40 points a game. And he said the press got all over him because he didn't play much defense. He said he's averaging over 40 a game. The guy against him's not scoring that. We still have the advantage.
Yeah, and they got the win last week in that effort.
Even better. It's always best to clean up things after a win than after a loss.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The numbers for Mixon last week, 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this one. I can guarantee you there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win in the routes instead of their #1 guy.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Brady. Big hold of the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. But partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 80. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 30 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll bring up a second down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Wilson now on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to it.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Tom Brady, his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he'll go underneath here to Evans. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. He's giving me the evil eye, folks. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Washington to check out the football team at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Braxton Berrios, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow is still continuing to fall as we are back underway. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And dropping it off underneath, here's Pirine. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll flip this out to Evans. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And this will move the chain. Again, as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football. And this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review the play,
so the challenge does not sway the official's decision. Spot of the football going to remain right where it is. They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On fourth down, out comes the rookie fifth-round pick, Evan McPherson, for the Bengal field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director.
So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Logan Wilson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, 49ers. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Gold to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, can. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
Burrow will throw. Gets this into the hands of Samaje Perine. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
First down. Here's Burrow. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Burrow going to throw again. He gets this one to Boyd. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The return man, Wilson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for only a couple. From the 25 on 2nd down. Burrow over the middle. He finds Higgins. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here taken in by Morgan. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Niners, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles.